oftentimes see in taiko ensembles. Hue, which are bamboo flute. Here's one right here. Tanya and Jared play those. And they're often in one key if they are tuned. Sometimes they're not even tuned. They just kind of come out however it is when you fill those holes. And chapa, which are tiny little cymbals. They're about yay big. They're like monkey cymbals, yes. Thanks for that. Uchiwa, which is fan. If any of you guys are fans of Naruto, you can heard Uchiwa. It's like the back of Osan Sasuke's. That's the yes. Trying to get some cosplay references in there. The gong, which most people know what gongs are. If anybody's ever seen the gong show, you're all probably too young for that. Look on YouTube sometimes, it's funny. And kane, kane just is the word for metal. So it looks like a brake drum, kind of. Basically, those little beaters that you see there, they're made of deer antlers. So if you want to try this at home, go catch a deer, take the drums off your dad's car, the brake drums off the back wheels. It's got to be an old car, something in the 80s maybe, if they're still around. You can do it yourself. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm trying to, we have a big cosplay crowd, because I believe this is a cosplay convention. There's probably two camps of people here. There are the people who believe that you should make your own outfits, and then there's all the rest of the people that shouldn't be here. As a taiko player, As a taiko player, in North America, we oftentimes believe that real taiko groups build their own drums. So we built all the drums you see here ourselves. And so right there, that's a wine barrel. That's usually where we start. There's where did I get my barrels? Billy Boy Distilleries in Boston. Anyway, you ever see them there? They're whiskey barrels, actually. Whiskey barrels, wine barrels, they all work. You gotta empty them out first, so good luck with that. The inside you see there are toasted. In making one of these drums, you pull the barrel apart. You put biscuits, if any know what biscuits are, you reinforce the joints all the way around, glue them together, up and down the side. You reinforce the rims with a couple layers of multi-bridge plywood. You carve the inside of the drum to a particular pattern, and then you sand the outside, stain it, put the handles on. It's a lot of work. It takes a couple months. And then comes the fun part, heading the drum. So as I said, this is a Gyodaiko. You see that that's cowhide on there that we're playing on surfaces. It's not synthetic, fake anything. Oftentimes cowhide, buffalo hide, horse hide, any of the large animals that you feel like would make a good sound. And they're hammered on with these tacks. Alright, so that's Tanya's bathtub in the upper left. She put a carpet in it because it's a brand new bathtub, it's a jacuzzi, it's very nice. And you've got basically the skin of a dead cow in there, soaking all night so that you can get it nice and wet, so that you can stretch it over the drum barrel there. And you see there on the side there, that's me on top of it, climbing on my drum. I'll tell you why in a second. But that heading rig right there, basically you see you have two platforms of plywood and a bunch of 4x4s on the bottom, and you have 4 8-ton jacks on the bottom to provide retention and force. And that is a 3/4-inch rope so that it can hold 1,700 pounds of pressure per strand, per length there. And so we jack those things way up and put a lot of tension on these heads. And we go through a number of rounds of stretching. So we'll jump on the hide to break the fibers on the inside so that it will not be tough, so we get a good stretch out of it. And then we quickly nail it on. And then that's good for about a decade, unless we drop it downstairs or something, at which point we're very sad. So on the left there, okay, so we're not all perfect taiko players. We have to drill pilot holes. One day, as drum makers in Japan, the Japanese drum makers, they just take the things and then pound them right in through the wood, but it's very difficult. And there's a finished drum on there, so that takes us about 3 months to make a drum. And all right, so we are going to move on to playing Yatai Bayashi. This is a song popularized by Kodo. It is originally from Chichibu in Saitama Prefecture. There's an interesting story behind why the drum is at this particular angle. So, Yatai Bayashi is, what they do is they take a giant, like, I don't know, how many ton float is it? Very, very heavy float, you know, I don't know, 50 tons, whatever. We'll make up a number, it's big. And they go a couple kilometers with this thing, and it's on wheels, and people are pushing it. And what they do is the four taiko players, they build them into a small compartment under the float. You can't see them, but you can hear them. And there's low headroom. You have to, the drum is in there on the side, and you have to sit on your butt in a perpetual sit-up position, playing this pattern that is to push, to get all of the people pushing so that they get the thing up this hill. It happens to go up the hill most of the way to the shrine that they're going to. So that is Yatai Bayashi, and we are going to do our sit-up song for you now. I hope you enjoy it.
fun. Come up and try that. All right. Marionettes. Probably as many people as we can come up and try it. But first we're going to demonstrate what we do to practice. And what we do to practice is something called a marosh. Marosh is something we do just to warm up and build up our strength and endurance. You can see it takes a lot of strength and endurance to do this. We try to do marosh like 40 minutes at the most, if you can. So we're going to have Shane and Greg and Jer come up and do marosh for you. Oh, but what we do to learn a song is called Kuchi Shoa. So Kuchi Shoa just means mouth singing. So when we learn a song, this is how we learn all of the songs that we saw us playing up here. We learned, like, technically it's an oral tradition. And traditionally, none of the songs were written down in any kind of Western notation.